more to know more about their operations and how they are going to advise us how their journey is for the last 2 decades. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming for this evening, this morning. So, today, to begin, could you please brief us about your 2 decades of journey in professional journey, covering all your aspects of your operations?
Good morning. First of all, thank you to Mr. Sama for organizing this, for such kind words, and to IBPC for organizing this gathering this morning. We are extremely thankful. When we first came into Dubai 20 years back, IBPC was the first forum that we really got a lot from. You interact with so many professionals. There's so much to learn from each one of you, and that has remained for the last 2 decades. So thank you and congratulations for running this so well. I know you'd all rather have Mr. Rajan, the founder, my father here, but you have to make do with me now. He's traveling. So every third week of the month, he's traveling for work. So just a small correction. It is not on an emergency leave or anything. He's making sure that me and everybody in the organization keeps running. And there is enough work, so he travels for work every third week of the month, and the event coincided with his travel date, so he can't be here. Well, the journey in brief is like this. We have been into real estate development for the past 45 years. The company was started by my father and my uncle in India. 20 years back, there was a reason to expand, and we looked at Dubai as one of the cities. And that's how the journey in Dubai started. As you would have seen from this little clip, that our business model is slightly different. We retain 30% in every project we do. We are a zero debt firm. We do one project at a time, and that's how we kept on building equity. And in this journey, we do contracting in-house. Because that helps us in quality control and timely delivery. In the journey, we also do property management and sales in-house. So we have a real estate arm as well. And that's how we have been doing, and that's a brief about what we do.
That's good. Mr. Kunal, I think please you put your brief word on the 20 years of your journey as well.
So I've been handling multiple businesses. As sir introduced, my core, I'm a technocrat, and in 2017 is when the calling came for owners association management, when the GOP rules got extremely stringent in UAE. So we are one of the approved RERA approved companies who manages multiple GOPs in Dubai. And we began slowly, steadily building our processes. Until 2021, we were managing only 4 buildings and 200 units under management. From 2021 until 2025 year end, we've seen some good growth. We've grown to 35 buildings under management and around 6,000 units, roughly above 6,000 units under management. So this has been the journey of Symbiosis. During the process, we've won some accolades from third parties. We've won some recognition from the authorities. This has helped us. The transparency and the integrity has helped us in this journey.
So great to know your journey. So we move on to the next question. When you say 360 real estate, what does that truly mean in practice? How do the different branches of development, construction, brokerage, and concept, business, all this kind of stuff, how you manage?
So the intention for the interaction today is to very humbly share how the field operates in general. A lot of it people would already know, but we thought we would give a perspective, because almost all the things that happen in the real estate chain, we are associated. So any development project starts with the procurement of a land. Depends on what you want to build, whether it's residential, commercial, retail. Then you go into your planning bit. So as a developer, the first project is procurement of land. Then you do your primary research, secondary research, what are you building, whom are you building it for, and then you go into the process, a very critical process of design. Sometimes, like in our company, we have multiple architects we associate. There is, of course, a lead architect, there is an in-house architect, there are architects in India. So you come up with a product which you feel is true to the audience that you want to build. And then you go into approvals and contracting. That's where the in-house contracting comes in. So we build our projects ourselves, we build it in-house. Once the project is complete, it goes into the handover. Then of course you have the facility management and the owners association comes in.
Yes, great. So you complete the project and then you go to the next project, not.
Yes, so
Wow, that's great.
we move from one project. See, every real estate developer can have his own way of looking at things. So since we have come to Dubai, we have decided that we want to be zero debt. We want to retain 30% in every project we do. And that's why, we all the capital that goes in, we wait for the project to complete. And in this way, with every project, our own assets are also increasing. And it gives the investor confidence. It's like one of these restaurants where even the owner of the restaurant eats here. In fact, our whole family lives in one of our own developments. We work out of our own building also.
That's great. I think I'll go with the next question also with you. And from your great journey by managing all multiple real estate functions, what is the one misconception people have about this industry actually? What behind the scenes?
There are quite a few. One is that real estate developers are extremely greedy. They make a lot of money. But you just have to look at the circumstances, like look at what is the land cost today, look at what the contractors are quoting. So that's one misconception for the developers. For the contractor, the misconception is that, he's always going to look at extra item. He's always going to delay a project. Contractors don't carry a good reputation. But you have to understand, from each perspective. For a real estate broker or property manager, the perspective is, this is a glorified salesman driving a sports car and wearing flashy clothes. But there is a lot that goes behind. It's not just that.
You want to say anything about that?
So I guess the function that we manage is owners association management, and it's you get 99% of the things right, and the one thing that goes wrong, which can in most possible, you're dependent on people, you're dependent on machines, you're dependent on so many things. The one aspect that goes wrong gets blown out of proportion. So yeah, I guess to everyone in the service industry, I thank you all for all the services you all provide, and I think once I am on this side, I appreciate the efforts that go in while you provide a service to any organization or building.
Yeah, that's true. Service industry is very important. This question goes to you only. From your experience, what differentiates a well-managed building from that one merely looks good in the beginning?
So what I define as a good looking building is it's extremely good architecturally on day one. The launch is amazing, everything is shining, everything's doing good. But I believe a well managed building is a building which you look at, which looks fresh and well built and welcoming even in the 5th year or the 10th year of operation. I believe that is a well managed building. And I think a well managed building requires a couple of very, very important aspects. One is consistency. You're doing the boring thing again and again. You're going through a FM checklist on a daily basis when 99% of the days everything seems fine. You're maintaining transparency, as in your owners know what they are paying for, where is that money going. I think this is what basically defines a well managed building, where owners feel one with the building, they are heard, you have communication with them, and that's what defines a well managed building.
Good, thank you. This question goes to Mr. Sailesh. Again, your journey is great. Your journey. What are the decisions, not projects, that shaped your growth as a developer?
I think that very valid question. I think in this journey, perhaps the first decision which I think has really kept us afloat all these years is being a zero debt company, or being prudent with finances. I think that has really stayed with us along. The second decision, I think, to move into your own building has given us a very different perspective. It is give this lived experience. So we are able to work hard on our designs because we are living in the old or your own buildings. You rub shoulders with your customers, so you come to know exactly what are you looking for. And then of course having the whole chain of development, contracting, and even sales in-house, the communication goes out effectively where 80% of our customers are real end users.
Yeah, that's great. I think you cover majority of the development, so you have good questions from my side. Let's go to Mr. Kunal. So I think this question again to you. Sorry. I've seen your video, you mentioning affordable housing. Even I've seen your projects. In this regard, affordable housing is often misunderstood. From developers' lens, what does affordable truly mean when done responsibly?
We came up with this vision almost 10 years back in 2015, perhaps when nobody visualized this. And it came from, say, living in your own buildings. So, how do you create housing for someone earning 6,000 dirhams a month? How do you create housing for someone creating 15,000 dirhams a month? So, we wanted to create a segment in this because we can deliver this, because if you are contracting in-house, you can pass on those margins back to the customer. So we came up with a case study. We call it affordable housing and pillars of affordability, and where we said that all stakeholders are responsible for affordable housing, that is the developer, the government, the financial institutes, and also the customer. And we came up with a threshold or a definition for affordable housing where we say your annual salary times 5 should be the value of your apartment. So say if you
How many times?
fine. So your annual salary times 5 should be the value of your apartment. So for example, if I earn 10,000 dirhams a month, that is 120,000 dirhams a year. So anything up to 600,000 is the threshold that I will comfortably live in, because even if you look at the EMIs, or once you take the finance, it would automatically fall within 35% of your salary. So we started with that, and then so affordable housing has this misconception that we are compromising in quality. In fact, rather than that, we are using perhaps equivalent quality to anywhere in Dubai. So your air conditioning would be still from the bigger players, your tiles would be from rack ceramics. You would in fact even be giving a green building, you would be giving solar, because you want to even make sure that once the building is ready, the service charges are less. And then we have mapped these units. So a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or a 3 bedroom apartment, or even duplex. You have come up with which areas, if I were living here, are the times where I spend my maximum time in, and you don't compromise in those areas, and then you work out your apartment sizes accordingly. You give lesser balconies. So affordable housing is a very niche segment, and because not a lot of people look at it, we are always remaining true to it.
Great. This question was Mr. Kunal. This question is about what should owners realistically expect from owners association, and what should they not?
I guess what the job of an owners association management at the start of the day is to understand the vision that the owners have for their building or the developer has sold to the owners. I mean, if it's an affordable housing project, there is a level of service quality that needs to be maintained and which is acceptable by the owners and not exceeding their expectations on service charges. Further, if it's a luxury project, then there are different sets of requirements that are involved. There might be a requirement of a valet, there might be a requirement of a concierge, there might be multiple niche requirements which a luxury projects require. So I guess the most important point that you should expect from your OA is to understand the requirement of all the owners in the project, the various stakeholders in the project, and replicate it for you in actual and be able to execute that for you. Further, very important is we are an administrative body. We do not basically render services directly. Each and every service is rendered from a specialist service provider. Say, you know, a swimming pool maintenance will be done by an authorized Dubai municipality approved swimming pool maintenance company. Lifeguards will be approved by DM. Security guards will be CIRA approved. So each and every sub service is contracted to a specialist company. So yeah, we are administering them, but we are not the one rendering the service. We are just tendering and buying them on behalf of the owners for you.
That's great. And again, this question goes to you, Mr. KUNAL. Why do maintenance charges often become a point of conflict? And how can transparency change the conversation? It's very important, you know.
Yeah.
Maintenance charges are a big challenge for many of the end users, as you know.
I guess this is the favorite question I'm asked at every forum, that why are service charges such a big issue. So again, as I answered previously, the role of an owners association is to replicate the expectations of the owner. I think when we try to imagine the requirements of the owner and over provide them or under provide them is where the issues rise up, right? So I believe the most important point for any owners association is transparency, to let every owner know. The question from the owner is should not be why I am paying the service charge. It should be for what all am I paying this service charge. The day you are able to communicate it that these are the aspects for which you are paying service charge, I think it answers majorly most people's questions. Further, you know, even RERA has really worked hard in increasing the transparency. Right now, when you receive your invoices directly from land department, you have more trust on it. You believe that it has been audited by someone has reviewed it. And further, if you check your invoice, you have line item wise breakup. What are you paying for? If you turn your invoice to the backside, you will see how much you're paying for security, how much you're paying for cleaning. Each and every line item is clearly described. So I guess communication from the owners association to the owners is very important, on how they can know what they are paying for.
Good. After a couple of questions, we may request you to ask the questions. So please prepare so that they can provide a good insight into it. Next question, Mr. Sailesh. What are the reasons of working across development, transacting, leading, and environmental under one ecosystem? Can it change the way you design and plan projects?
Yeah, when the reason was a necessity, the most important aspect for a developer is delivery. You can have whatever plans you have, you can have whatever execution you want to do. If you are not able to deliver what you have committed in time and to the quality, you will always suffer. I am a civil engineer, my father is a civil engineer, and when we came here, funnily in the first project our contractor went bust. It can happen, because in this city who all are in contracting or in design, you get one project where things go wrong, what you must be doing in 10 projects, it takes away whatever effort you have done. So we decided we have our own contracting company, so we built in-house because of that. When it comes to sales and leasing, of course whatever benefit I have in contracting, I'm passing it on to my end users. And then even for a group like us to work with, say, some of the bigger real estate brokerage or sales firm, some of the fees they have could make the project unsustainable. So we manage it in-house again. We have an in-house team, and that's the other thing the leasing team or the brokerage team does is once the project is ready, which we have retained 30%. So if there is an investor who wants to rent, it is my team who rents the whole building. So if you have invested with us, they get this advantage that once the building is ready, you don't need to worry about who's going to rent your building. For facility management, look, if you have made a wonderful building and if you don't maintain it well in 5-6 years down the line, those small incremental decisions that you take can impact. So that's why the facility management team is there, and it covers all the aspects. If you owning the building, you are participating as an investor. Investors get a confidence that the developer has not built and walked away. He has still skin in the game. So he is with us even after the project is sold. That's perhaps.
That's it. And another question again towards you, Mr. Sailesh. What role does family, users, and long-term vision play in shaping better development today compared to 15-20 years ago?
Oh yes, this has completely changed. See, if you would have seen last year, it has been the biggest blockbuster sales year for Dubai. 917 billion was the total volume of sales, 270,000 apartments sold. So it tells you that people are buying more than they were, say, 20 years back. 20 years back, we had all this apprehension, how many years am I going to stay here? How many years we will work here? Today, we are here as citizens of choice. We may not be citizens by birth, but we know this is where life is going to be. The fundamentals of the city are very strong. The leadership is very, they're taking care of people. The smallest of things they want to achieve the best standards. All this has helped people, make this decision to buy their homes more now. And we see that now buildings come to become communities. So for example, in one of my buildings, it's become a community of airline crew members and pilots. So if you have parents, you have children, you have air hostesses or people working in the airline industry, somebody is traveling for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, they have the neighbors to take care because they are from the same field, like-minded people coming together. In one of my projects, it's dominated by doctors. So nurses, doctors, teachers, or people from the same community, friends, family, choosing their neighbors together. So people are buying like a community now. Right.
Thank you, Mr. Sailesh. And this question towards you only. From your experience, what questions should an investor ask themselves before signing a real estate purchase?
I think Dubai is a wonderful city. No matter at which time you are buying, we should just make sure that whatever financial decision we are taking is first accurate. We can sustain it. And then the city is very transparent. You can check the developer's reputation. You can go to the land department. There are platforms where through the REST app you can even see if the project is on schedule. You can see the reputation of the developer. Are there any delays, any cases, etc. So we have a very transparent system now. The due diligence has become a lot easier.
Thank you. This question is to KUNAL. Where does the technology genuinely add value in the building today, and where is often more hype?
So I feel that technology has currently become a keyword for every problem. To face any problem, you think what technology can do. But I believe that technology should remain more human, right? Because as for my business, it's a people-driven business. We are dealing with owners, we are dealing with developers, we are dealing with the regulators. Each and everyone have their own expectations. So technology needs to be a platform which can help answer everyone's requirements per se. So I'll give an example of what we do is we are using a platform, an ERP solution for our business called Lazim, which is developed here in Dubai, which is integrated with the land department. So it eases a lot of our processes in terms of reports that land department require. It's real-time process to land department. Further, it helps efficiency in terms of owners are using the land department payment gateway to pay their dues. So it gives them more transparency and trust that the money is not passing through any third party intermediary, directly coming to the building's escrow account. And further, owners are able to communicate their feedback, their complaints or their requests through the same platform. As a community manager, it provides us a platform which gives us real-time, funds available, expenses borne, budget balances left. So I believe that technology plays a very, very, very important role, but there's a thin line between turning technology into a robotic workforce for you or a humanized, more efficiency adding humanized workforce for you. And for my industry, the humanization is very, very, very critical.
Good. Now it's a time for a few questions to audience. Anybody? Maybe we get 2 questions. Yeah, yes.
Hi, Sailesh. Good morning. My name is Moin. I would like to ask a question like you talk about acquiring land before the development. What factors do you see before that?
Yes, very valid question. So I think every developer would have his own way of looking at land. So because we are catering to direct end users and families, so we would see the access to schools, that forms one of the critical decisions. How is the infrastructure in the area? We would look at that. So these are a couple of questions that form. So because we are catering to end users directly, so where is it that they would like to stay? That is what shapes the decision to purchase the land.
I have a question on the labor accommodation. About a year back, the bed space used to cost about 350 to 400. Now it's going up to 700, 750. So how is this issue going to be addressed? Or what's coming in? So can you throw some light around that?
Yes, you are very right about that. See, we are going through a sweet spot of development. You are seeing contractors busy, etc. So the blue collar labor which is coming into the city, the blue collar workers are a lot more. Once the buildings are also ready, so the facility management staff also comes in. If you follow the cycles, you would have seen one peak in 2008 where bed spaces were 800 dirhams a square feet. Then there was another peak in 2016 when around the expo it came back to the same time. And then also there have been slowdowns in labor accommodations. We own a labor accommodation also. And in those times, the blue collar labor after expo or after the COVID have gone back also. And in those times, you have stopped building those. So the absorption rate has now come back. You'll again see in a couple of years people developing more labor accommodations and prices will stabilize.
Hi, I'm Sachin Joshi from GSK Global Real Estate. Thank you so much for sharing the transparency regarding the project. There is no doubt about the quality, location, price. The main concern is like you also have your own sales team. So where the GSK Real Estate or a real estate firms can stand?
No, we work with, it's not that we do not work with the sales team. But see, what happens is, it also eases my channel partners' communication. So if you have an in-house team, it's not that I'm not going to give fees to others, but the communication needs to be consistent. Right? What we are building, for whom we are building, what is the developer committing. So all those things are going through one. But yes, I don't come up with a lot of inventory. And you would say 80% of the sale happens through word of mouth. So someone is already living in the building, he's renting, but he can't buy the unit, so he has the advantage of going into off plan. So some of my customers would move. So my transactions are not many. I'll give you an example. This project I launched, and I just sent out a communication through the app. We have an app which the company, KUNAL's company, looks after. That this is to inform we are coming up with this project. It was just that communication, and in 4 months, we were committed. So this time we did not even get the opportunity to market the project. But we are open to work with it.
Appreciate it.
I'll ask my last question, maybe. Sorry. We are running out of time. Yeah.
No problem.
Please. Mr. Dhawan is a very senior member of our CRERS,
So in your speech, you mentioned about the year 2008, 2016, and comparison to the prices. Is there any reference that are we already at that peak? And now coming to my question, I see you are in the affordable segment and you've made your developments in the international city, Silicon Oasis and the South. Now the plot prices here are also the kind of there is uniformity which has come all across the city, barring a few things. So which are the new affordable locations do you envisage are gonna be there? Because I see the price uniformity all across the areas which are affordable or the medium habitat. So where do you see your business going forward?
When I mentioned 2008, 2016, it was pertaining to the labor accommodation. But yes, you could say that have we reached or have we not? It's very hard to say because people are still coming in, and the city still has a vision. So we'll have to wait and watch. What you will have to do is every decision you take, you have to be pragmatic. And yes, you would have a best scenario. And what if it's not a best scenario? How are you going to overcome that? And you are very right about the land prices too. There is nothing which is affordable. Everything is premium everywhere. So these are the challenges we have to deftly work. And like I said, that's one of the reasons you go from one project to project and you retain 30%. But one thing also is that if you have been here for this long, you'll see every few years a new benchmark has been reached. Even if there are slowdowns or corrections, you are not always going to go back to the pricing which was previously there. We are progressing that way. So yes, you are right about the price everywhere going high, and we'll have to wait and watch. It's something that you will come to know through the absorption rate. If at that land price and today's contracting and construction price and developers overhead, if someone is able to sell, then it is a sustainable market. If you are not able to sell, then you will have a relook at those prices.
So
Thank you very much.
we are moving towards the conclusion part of the session. I am having a last question just to help all of us. My question, both of you, what advice would you give professionals entering into either your space or your space, development or way? Not about money, but about mindset.
Before we come to the conclusion, because you brought in such a valid question, sir, I think one of the innovative things which is coming up in Dubai now is tokenization. And I think that could be a game changer where, you are able to invest, say, 100,000 in across 20 projects and still invest in 2 million. I think what advice can I give to any professional? I'll give an advice which my father gave me when I joined business 20 years back. He said, one thing is obvious which you understand, that you are representing your country. You are not in your country. You have left home to come here. So obviously, you believe whatever your interactions are there, you are representing your country, but don't forget you are living amongst 200 nationalities and you are representing even the city of Dubai now. No action you do should bring a bad name to the city, because with so many nationalities, they should not say that a developer from Dubai did this, or a contractor or a property management or a facility management from Dubai did this. We owe a lot to give positivity to the city that we live in.
So for me, I guess, since the service industry is a more people-driven industry, I just say that everyone who joins the service industry should be patient and have empathy towards your customer, empathy to whom you are serving. And I think the industry is built on 4 pillars: trust, transparency, integrity, and service to the customer. If you are able to provide this, and your intent and intention is to provide this, I think everyone wins sooner or later.
That's great, both of you, for a wisdom words for younger generation or who wish to join the Korea market. Thank you. This is a small illustration of your gesture for us. And by the way, today's sponsor is Sailesh.